We're already able to work on the cart. Now I want to display cart items on cart EJS. There, I simply will add a main section before the end EJS include. That's important. And now, first of all, what do we need to do here? We need to check if we do have products. And if we do have them, then we want to display them. And I will simply display them in a really boring list for now. We can add styling later. Just want to see if that works. So let's go real quick to the shop controller where we load the cart. And there, first of all, we need to be prepared to fetch all products because we want to return them to the cart. However, of course, not all products we have, just the products we have in the cart. So for this, we need to go to the cart model first of all. We got delete product and add product. Now we need a way to get all the products in the cart. So I'll add a new static function, get products here. And in this function, I will access my file and simply return the product IDs. I need to get a callback therefore, which I can call once I got the products. And then I can use this functional here to read the file. And in here, I know I get my cart, this time doing it correctly with JSON parse file content. This is now the cart. And actually, I'll name this get cart and not get products because I will return the entire cart here in my callback. This is all I want to do. Now, obviously, this can fail if we have no cart yet. So I will check if we have an error. And if that is the case, I will call callback null here. And otherwise, in the else block here, I will return a cart with valid values. Now we can go to the shop.js controller in get cart. And here I will call cart get cart. I will have to pass a function there, the callback function I just added in the cart model, where I will eventually receive the cart. And I will render my view inside of this function. However, I don't just need the cart, I need a little bit more information about the products too. So I will use my product model then to fetch all products here. And I will add my callback here. And make sure that this is nested in the cart function. And we're having a lot of callbacks here, but it's still readable. Later we'll also find another way of working with a lot of depending async actions. So now I got my cart and I got the products. Now I just need to filter out the products which are actually in the cart. So I will go through all my products. So for product of products, looping through all the products I have in there. And I will check if this given product is also stored in a cart. And I can check this because in a cart, we got the product ID, right? If you have a look at cart.json, here we'll store the product IDs. So I'll check if cart products, if I do find this product here. So if the product I'm looking at in the cart, if the ID of that product equals my product ID here. And of course, this is some code that can be improved if you store large quantities of data, but we won't store large quantities of data in our file here anyways. We'll use a database for that. And therefore, for now, this is perfectly fine. And if I do find an ID in the cart, then I know, well, the product is part of that. And therefore, I will create a new constant here, cart products, which is an array. And I will simply add that product to cart products then. So cart products push, and I will add the product I'm currently looking at in this iteration of this loop. So this product I'm looking at, if it's part of the cart, I'll add it to cart products. This means that after this loop is done, I'll have an array of cart products that contains all the products which are indeed part of the cart. Now important, just adding the product like this does not suffice. Instead, I'll add an object with a product data field, which holds the product, and also a quantity field, because the quantity is stored in a cart too, but not in that product I'm looping through, because these are just the products I'm storing in the products.json file. Obviously, there is no quantity in there. In the cart, however, every product I stored there does have a quantity attached to it. So in shop.js here, I will also store the quantity of the product I'm looking at. Now I'm extracting my cart product here. So actually, I'll store this const cart product data I'll store the cart product I'm finding in the cart products array in cart product data, and I'll check the existence of that then. And if that exists, I know there is some data about this product in the cart. I then store the original complete product data from the product model, and from the cart product data, I'll take the quantity. So now we got quantity and product data in there, and we push that object to cart products. And cart products is now what I want to return. So here I'll return a products field which holds cart products. This is sent to my view. Now, if we have no products in the cart, then cart products will simply be an empty array, and I can check for that in my template. So now let's go to the cart.ejs file, and first of all, I'll add an if statement and check if products, and now remember, products is simply this key here I'm sending into my view. So I'll check if products length is greater than 0. And then close that. And I'll also already define an else block here, because I want to render something if we got no products in the cart too. So here in the else block, and you need to close that curly brace thereafter. In the else block, I'll render h1 tag where I say no products in cart. Like this. But here, of course, I want to render the products in the first block of the if statement. So here I'll render unordered list for now, where I simply loop through all the products, again using EJS. Products for each product. And that is an anonymous function here. Like that. And then close the for each loop here by closing the curly brace of that anonymous function, and then the bracket of this for each method here. Now in here, I want to output the product information. And now it's important to keep in mind that product here, maybe we should name it product data, that this does actually hold or does actually refer to a product with a product data field and a quantity field. And the product data field is the product I'm interested in, but I also need the quantity. So maybe even I don't name that product data, but just P. And then in here, I can output p.productData, referring to that nested product data, which holds the product information like the title. So .productData.title would allow me to output the title. And then also maybe in brackets, and this is no EJS syntax, this is normal hard-coded text here. But then in there I use EJS again to access p.quantity. And remember, p simply is that object we pass to that cart products array on our backend code. So now let's see if that works. If I save this and I reload this cart page, we see no products in cart. If I go to products here and I click add to cart, we indeed see that on our page. If I add this one more time, we see it twice. So this is now working. The last step is that I want to be able to delete it.